All right, so you learned the major and minor pentatonic scales. Now what? We learned scales to whittle down the fretboard to just a few notes that will really work with the music that you're playing, but context is everything. I mean, if you don't know when to use that major pentatonic scale, and as importantly, when not to, then the scale is, well, it's pretty useless. So let's cure that. Fortunately for us blues guitarists, there are a few handy guidelines for when to use the extremely important major and minor pentatonic scales. Let's get into that. The minor pentatonic scale is made up of the root, flat third, fourth, fifth, and flat seven intervals. And you can play this formula in many different spots on the neck. And hopefully you've worked through the 5 big box patterns, or maybe even the 2 pattern hack like I teach in my pentatonic bootcamp courses. But getting the scale under your fingers is really only half the battle. Knowing when to use it is equally as important. So let's start with the obvious. The minor pentatonic scale works really well, obviously, over a minor key blues progression. The chords in a progression like that will typically be minor, or maybe even a minor 7th. So think A minor or A minor 7th chord with a few powerful dominant 7th chords thrown in, as in B.B. King's The Thrill Is Gone or Johnny Winter's Life Is Hard. Plenty of great blues standards are in major keys, chock full of dominant 7th chords. And remember that a dominant 7th chord actually has its own major third built into the chord that gives it the major quality. And for progressions that are in major keys, we can certainly use the major pentatonic scale. Let's put this into action in a key to the highway style major blues. Sounds pretty sweet to my ears, but what if we don't want that sweetness? What if we want to sound a little meaner, a little more gritty? Well, it's weird and it kind of breaks the rules of harmony a bit, but the minor pentatonic scale actually sounds really good over a major blues progression. It's really not supposed to work because you've got a clash between the major third of a chord and the minor third that's in the minor pentatonic scale. How bluesy is that? It's not supposed to work, but it does because it sounds good. In many blues songs, major or minor pentatonic will work for you. So you have a choice. That's the point here, is that you really have a choice in a lot of situations that will help you say what you want to say on the guitar. Do you want to say something bright and melodic or something a bit more dark and moody? But what doesn't work? Here's a cautionary tale. There is one scale to progression pairing that just doesn't sound right. It's the major pentatonic over a minor blues. You would think that if a minor pentatonic scale could sound good over a major chord progression, that the opposite could work too. But it really just doesn't work that way. The pronounced minor third of a minor chord in the blues just kind of stands out and begs to be minor, and playing a major third over it creates a lot of undesirable dissonance. But hey, these are my words and my ears, so if you find a way to make it work, then by all means have at it. The ultimate goal is to play something that you like on your guitar, so feel free to break all of these rules and really just view this lesson as a guide, not rules, but a guide, something to get you on your way. And there's a whole lot more we could say about this, especially if you get into mixing the major and minor pentatonic scales and matching the scale to the chord when the chords changes. Those are topics for another day. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe and make sure you don't miss a lesson, which get posted every Tuesday. Good luck with this one, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, practice smart and play on.